Man, those were just two awesome games in the NBA playoffs yesterday, round two. But if you missed out on it, you came to the right place. Welcome to TV's Daily NBA Recap, where we get to recap yesterday's NBA action in a short amount of time. Let's go. Before we get into the crazy game 7, let's go to the Western Conference and go to Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal between the Denver Nuggets and the LA Clippers. And the Denver Nuggets survived. They win this game 111 to 105 over the Clippers, behind a great performance from Jamal Murray, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Nikola Jokic scored 22 points, 14 rebounds, grabbed 4 assists. And Paul Millsap, great game from him, scoring 15 out of the 17 points in the third quarter, finishing with 17 points and 6 rebounds. On the Clipper side of things, Kawhi, once again instrumental, 36 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists on 24 shots. Paul George had a good game, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists as well. And that's it about from the Clipper side. This game was really, really interesting because at the very start of the game, it looked like the Clippers had full control. And it was because of the struggles that the Nuggets continued to face throughout the series. Jamal Murray, body after body being thrown at him, whether it was Landry Shamet, Patrick Beverley, Kawhi Leonard, or Paul George, he was just getting thrown different bodies and he really couldn't get into a rhythm. And Kawhi Leonard, very good start to the game. And the Clippers just, honestly, at the beginning of the game, felt like they just couldn't miss from three. I swear they had a near 10 3-pointers at the half. And it looked like it was going to be one of those games for the Nuggets where, they just can't handle the class of the Clippers. It just felt like it was going to be another one of those type of performances from them. But the third quarter comes around, and when it felt like the Clippers were starting to try and pull away more, an unlikely hero emerged from the Nuggets. It was Paul Millsap. I mean, at times the Clippers were extending this game to a near 20 points. I believe their biggest lead was 16. And Paul Millsap had such a good third quarter, scoring 15 points in that quarter, and he was just keeping them in it. It wasn't like he was taking over the game or something, but he played very well to the point where they're like, okay, come the fourth quarter, it'll come by eventually. And Paul Millsap kind of just steadied the ship for them, because when the fourth quarter came around, Jamal Murray finally turned up, Nikola Jokic finally turned up, and then the script completely flipped. The Nuggets couldn't stop hitting threes, and that's when the offense just started to flow for the Nuggets, and the Clippers had no answer. They really didn't. And the Nuggets defense, during that stretch in the fourth quarter when they were on that run, that was suffocating defense on one of the best teams in the NBA. And it was just a good performance. They needed it when their guys came through when they needed them the most. And Jamal Murray said best out of the game, we play our best when our backs are against the wall. And they've been in this situation before. They were just in the situation versus the Utah Jazz the last series. And I'm not saying they're gonna win this one, but they're gonna fight hard. And that's what basically they did at the end of this game. And then when the end of the game happened, Kawhi Leonard was hitting his shots and still keeping the Clippers around. And again, a hero emerges, Michael Porter Jr., who has played trash for the first 45, 46 minutes of the game, comes through big, hitting that clutch three on the wing to kind of extend the Nuggets lead to 5, and then hitting those key 4 free throws at the end of the game to help secure the win. And he played great defense. I mean, this guy got a freaking block on Montrezl Harrell to keep the Nuggets lead, and was able to hit the 2 free throws. Of course, I saw him talking crap to the other team and almost losing the ball, but rookie mistake. But he still came up big. And yeah, this is a very, very entertaining game. The Clippers let the foot off the gas pedal, and the Nuggets turned it up when they needed it the most. So, good one for the Denver Nuggets. The Clippers, let's see if they're going to be able to close it out in 6 come Sunday afternoon, I believe it is. Now we have to go to the Game 7. Oh boy. Game 7, Boston versus Toronto, Eastern Conference semifinals. And Boston is able to pull it out, winning the game 92-87 in a very, very hard-fought, scrappy, intense game. On the Boston side of things, they got some great production from Jason Tatum, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Jaylen Brown, 21 points, 8 rebounds as well, with Marcus Smart chipping in 16 points and 6 assists. On the Raptors side of things, very, very much a struggle fest for the Raptors, but they got some good production from Fred VanVleet scoring 20 points, grabbing 6 assists, 14 points from Serge Ibaka off the bench, and Kyle Lowry finishing with 16 points. Oh man, this game was exactly how I thought it was going to play out. If you've seen the Raptors from this, not just this year, but from last year, when you face them, and they're just going to be scrappy to you. And that's what it was basically throughout this entire game. Because no one could really like go on that type of run. Like whenever someone went on like a mini run, the other team would always have something to counteract that. And it just happened like that throughout the entire game. But the biggest difference was, and why the Raptors really couldn't get things going, is that they had the most turnovers they had in the series in one game here. They always shout out the stat during the broadcast. The Raptors had the least turnovers per game from any of these playoff teams. If there's one thing that Nick Nurse relied on, is that these guys are going to take care of the basketball. And yesterday, that wasn't the case. They turned it over 18 times. Five turnovers more than their playoff averages right now. And it led to 31 Boston points off turnovers. And that's just unacceptable. I mean, like in a Game 7, you can point your finger at just individual guys. Siakam did not play great at all yesterday. He had some okay baskets, but 13 points, 11 rebounds, 5 turnovers. It just looked ugly once again for Siakam. I'm going to go into the Raptors kind of outlook on Monday's podcast. I'm gonna hold off on that. But yeah, you can look at certain Raptor players and like how they played individually, but at the same time, you know, you got to look at like a team effort. They just did not play to their capabilities. And even with the 18 turnovers and stuff like that, they were still in this game to the very end. And like the Raptors got chances. Even though Kyle Lowry fouled out with 30 seconds left, Grant Williams at the free throw line, even though the Celtics were up by 2, he missed both free throws to give them a chance at the game. But just lack of focus, lack of concentration. Norm Powell lets Jason Tatum run from the 3-point line to grab the rebound in the paint, and they had to foul him. Even though he missed the free throw to make it a 3-point game, they had an ugly possession at the end to get off a final 3. Fred VanVleet was trying to shake off Grant Williams, couldn't, and he shot an air ball. This is an ugly ending to the game, and the Celtics honestly just took it. They absolutely just took it. They played fantastic on the defensive end, and like I said before the series, when it comes late in games, and when it comes to these dire moments, it's as much as it is about the team, the individual, like who of the individual performances are going to step up. And I said that the Celtics just have more of those guys. And it was the case in this game. Jason Tatum played absolutely fantastic, 29 points in this performance. And Jaylen Brown, you know, helping out with 21 as well. But even after all that, I love Jason Tatum. The Celtics team is very, very entertaining to watch. Their best player is Marcus Smart. Let's be completely honest. This guy just gets it done on the defensive end, hits shots when you need to on the offensive end, and he's just a dog on the defensive end. Even as a Raptor fan, I know a lot of fans hate him right now. Honestly, in my head, I'm just like, this guy is one of the most annoying people to go up against in the world. But I would just love him on my team. I would love to have Marcus Smart on my team, and he proved why he is such a valuable piece, and why this guy is like all defense, why this guy is honestly the leader of this Boston Celtics team. He played so well. Not a fan of the comments after the game, but he did do his thing throughout this game. And even people like Kemba Walker, who had a really bad Game 6, only scoring 5 points. He hit some shots today, and again, one of the other players to help, you know, contribute to the win. Yeah, it was a really tough, hard-fought series. And as a Raptor fan, to all you Celtics fans, congratulations. Hope you do well against Miami Heat. It's going to be a very, very entertaining series going forward, starting on Tuesday, I believe. And I honestly just can't wait for more playoff basketball. It sucks that my Raptors, you know, have to go out like this, but Again, nothing to be ashamed about. Fantastic season, and it's going to be interesting just to see how they're going to be able to come back from this come next year. So yeah, I'm going to definitely talk about that more in my podcast on Monday. But yeah, this was just a very fun series to watch. So congratulations to the Celtics and the Raptors. You fought hard, but it just wasn't enough. And this is where I'm going to end today's NBA recap. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, and subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. If you're watching this on IGTV, drop a follow, drop a like. I'd really appreciate that. And hope you all have a great day. Take it easy, guys.